Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Look At with Zebu Nation, and today I have for you Into the Breach by Subset Games. And if that name sounds familiar to you, that developer anyway, they're the developers behind FTL, the space trucker hit indie game that came out a couple of years ago. And this Into the Breach is their newest and latest game that they just came out with on February 27th. And it's pretty impressive. You know, it's just a two-person team here, one artist and one programmer, as well as, a few other people helping them out with, of course, writing and sound and art and music and stuff like that, as most indie developers do. But I saw a Let's Play of this game a couple of days ago, and I watched like a minute of it, and I knew that this game was for me. So I went out and bought it, and I knew I wanted to do a Let's Look At of it. And basically what it is that it's giant robots fighting giant monsters. And you can't get any better than that. You can't get any purer than giant robots fighting giant monsters. It's basically turn-based tactical version of Pacific Rim. So there's a story that goes along with it, and it really takes me back to a lot of old school type Nintendo or Super Nintendo kind of tactical turn-based games. And so I knew it was for me, like I said, and let's get into it. Into the Breach. We're going to start a new game. Humanity destroyed. Vec threat unstoppable. Mission failed. Open a breach. There's Ralph, our character. Time to go back and try again. So it's a time travel story. Here's our character, our time traveler, Ralph Carlson. He gets a +2 bonus on XP per kill. We can change him out for other time travelers if we want to, but for now we're just gonna leave him there. And your squad consists of 3 mechs, and these are the 3 basic types of mechs. You've got your combat mech, which is sort of your big tough mech, and he's got the ability to punch stuff. And you see there, he punches stuff, he does 2 damage, and when he punches them, he knocks them back. That's important, because there's lots of things on the battlefield that can affect the outcome of things. Like there are environmental factors, there are like cliffs and waterfalls and all kinds of things that can help you do damage and help you kill the enemy. Then we have the cannon mech. They got a big cannon. It can shoot down range. It shoots in a straight line. It does 1 damage and it knocks people back. So that's fun. It's pretty tough mech. It's a little bit, it's got the same movement, but each of these have their own different abilities that you can upgrade and all kinds of stuff. So we'll get into that in a minute. And then our third mech is the artillery mech, and this shoots a little missile that can go over obstacles. As you can see, it's going over that mountain. And when it hits something, it does 1 damage, and then it pushes any square around it back 1 square. So that's another important thing. It can let you move a group of enemies out of the way, and that becomes very important when you start worrying about your objectives. So we're going to go normal difficulty just to show you how things work. There's our one character, and let's start. So here we are. We're dropping into these islands. This timeline... Oops, I didn't get to read that. So basically the idea is it kind of has like a roguelike ability to it as well. In that these Vex, which is what they call the monsters, they've already taken over and destroyed the world, as you saw in that opening cutscene. So you're going back in time to try and prevent that. And the way you prevent that is you free these different islands that still have human population on them. And you're trying to push back the monstrous threat and take back the islands for humanity so that, they can continue. Now, this is sort of a dark future in where the, global warming has taken effect and sort of wiped out a lot of things, and all that's left our islands. So that makes it, you know, sort of convenient in terms of a game mechanic. But anyway, there's only one island available to us at the moment. This is Archive Incorporated. This museum island recreates old Earth as it was before the oceans rose and nearly wiped out humanity. The CEO is Dewey Alms. The environment is sort of mountainous with some trees and water, temperate. The threat scanner has different kinds of Vex, as you can see down there in the bottom. There's one that kind of looks like a wasp, some sort of ant, scorpion, weird egg bug creature, and then a leader that's another sort of wasp. So we got lots of threats to deal with. Let's go. Archive Inc. headquarters. If you are from the future, you'll find our island is even further back in time than you expected. If not for the Vec, I'd have loved to given you a tour of the old Earth relics. Alright, there's a combat simulation available to get new commanders up for speed. No, we don't need that. Decline. So this is how the game mechanics work. You have to pick different areas to try and free, and if you free enough of them, you free the island. But you only get so many tries. I think you get 5 tries to free different areas. And then after 5 tries, whatever areas you don't choose to save, those are lost to the Vec. So we can't save every single square on the island. You can only save, I believe, 5 of them. So you got to pick them, you know, kind of carefully. Like if we want to get out here to save this guy, we should probably go here, 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 and here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 we could save, and then save that one in the middle, and then this one out top would be the one that's left behind. But anyway, the way you win and the way you lose has to do with your power grid. The power grid connects every corporate island. Any damage it takes in missions will persist. The Vec caused damage before you arrive, but there will be opportunities to restore it. So if your power grid ever reaches 0, you're done. And like I said, it's persistent between the islands. So you really got to watch this power grid carefully, not let the Vec destroy it, and you know, kind of conserve it as you can. So here's our mission rewards. You get power cores used to upgrade your mechs. You get power grid that restores your power grid. And then you get reputation, which you can use to purchase items once the island is secure. So after each island is secure, you can then go to like a shop basically and buy different little upgrades for your mech, which are different than these power core upgrades, which upgrade sort of the basic functionality of your mech. You know, makes it stronger, makes it faster, makes it hit harder. And then these core reputation items that you buy will add different functionalities, like a flamethrower or an ice blaster or jump boots or whatever. So cool stuff. Alright, so this is our corporate HQ. There's no Vex detected, so no worries there. This is the preserved farm. We just have to defend the tanks. So there are tanks here, and tanks meaning armored combat vehicles, and if we win that, we'll get 2 stars that we could use to buy things. Or the renovation complex, we get 1 star and 1 power grid. Right now our power grid is low, so I think we'll take this mission, because what we have to do on this mission is take less than 3 grid damage, which we definitely want to do that, and then protect the power generator. So there'll be a special power generator on the map that we got to protect. And we're also getting air support on this mission, so that's a cool little functionality that I want to show you. So here's the map. You can see that's the actual map. So once we click on this, we'll go right into this map. There's our power station that we got to protect, and then these little glowing buildings, these are the power grid. So the enemy monsters will spawn in these little red arrows, and then they're going to move towards these power grids and try to destroy them. And for every one they destroy, we lose 1 power grid up here. So if they destroyed all of these power grids, we would lose the game. So there we go. Alright, so the corporate commander here says, we recently got a few old Earth jets in the air. My people aren't the most skilled pilots yet, but they're getting the hang of it. Alright, so they're going to do little bombing runs. So this is how we choose our mechs. We can only start in these little areas here. So this is our big tough mech. I think I want to put him right in the middle in front of our power grid. Now this is our little tank guy. And we need a place for him to kind of maneuver. So we'll put him right there. And then our artillery piece, we also likewise need a place for it to maneuver, so we'll put it there. Not the greatest setup in the world, but anyway. Environmental effects. This is what the air support looks like. So this mission has a special effect that will happen every turn. Mouse over the environment icon to get more information. Air support. Bombs will be dropped in the marked spaces, killing any unit. So that's important. It's an automatic kill. And that's the same with the water units. Any ground unit, like these scorpions or these fireflies, if you're able to knock them in the water, they die. Now your mechs don't die because they're big enough that they just sort of float around in the water, but they can't shoot while they're in the water. So you don't really want to go in the water either, but it doesn't kill you like it does these bugs. Let's see, anything else we need to look at? Mountains, these are destructible. So if they get hit by either your cannons or by the bugs' attacks, they can be destroyed. There is a turn, what do they call it? There is an attack order. Here's the attack order. So any fire damage goes first, then the environmental actions like air support go next, and then the enemy actions, and they're numbered 2 through 4. So you can see that firefly on the bottom goes first, and then the firefly on the top, and then the scorpion attacks last. That's another thing that's important, that you'll have to get to know the rhythm of how they attack, so you know how and who and when to attack as well. It's a little complicated, but you get the hang of it. Alright, so let's confirm our drop locations. So this is where the bombing run's going to take place. So we want to stay out of those locations and keep the enemy in those locations. So this guy's dead. He moved into this area and he's dead. There's nothing he can do about it. Now, we got some stuff going on. Emerging enemies. An enemy unit will emerge here next turn. You can temporarily block enemies from spawning, but it will damage the blocking unit. So more bugs are going to pop up here, but if you stand on one of these, the bugs will get blocked. It'll cause 1 damage to you, but it'll keep them underground. So that can be very helpful. Okay. Now I don't even need to bother with this guy because he's dead. So we just got 2 guys here to worry about. Here's what I'm gonna do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take my cannon, Sophia. So you got your characters over here on the side. Sophia Korea has no skills. Rain has no skills, and then our Ralph Carlson guy just has his +2 XP. So every person he kills, he gets extra XP. So your cannon here, or your artillery and your cannon, they shoot in straight lines. So you want to be able to get lined up with the enemies. So I'm going to come down here, get lined up with these enemies. And then I'm going to shoot here. So you click on your cannon. I'm going to shoot at this guy. So what it's going to do is this guy here, he has webbed our power unit. And then later in this turn, he's going to attack this unit and destroy it. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to use our cannon shot to damage this guy and then push him in over here so that he can no longer attack this power unit. So there you go. He's damaged. He's not damaged, but he's pushed out of the way. So now we can take our big mech, bring him down here. This guy's only got 2 hit points left, and our punch does 2 damage. So we're going to murderize this guy. Bam, get out of here. Now for our final guy, I was hoping we would be able to get over here and shoot this guy and knock him into the water, but we can't do that. So there's not really much we can do with this guy. So I'm just gonna move him over here, and then just in case, you've got unlimited ammunition, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna shoot him for one and knock him into the middle of the fire zone so that he gets blown up for sure. And just in case, you know, he's not gonna get a shot off because the air support drops first. But just in case, you know, something weird happens, his shot won't hit the building, his shot will hit this forest, which is meaningless. And that's something to keep in mind, is that when the enemies attack, they're going to attack no matter what. But if you can knock them out of the way, then they won't attack what they had planned to attack. They might attack something else. So like, for example, he was going to attack our power grid. Now he's going to attack this forest. But if there was one of our enemies or one of our units in the way, he would attack that unit. If there was one of his units sitting right here, he would attack one of his own units. So you can actually get the enemy to destroy each other, and that comes in handy when you've got, you know, 4 or more enemies on the screen at the same time, where you can't attack all of them yourself. You got to find other ways to get rid of them, like with this bombardment. All right, so let's end the turn. Here comes the airstrike. Get out of here, you dead. And now that forest is on fire. Any unit that goes into it will ignite and take 1 damage every turn. He also likewise attacked that forest. Okay, this is no good. This is doubly no good. So, this guy has, he's webbed our dude. Which means I can't move, and I'm in the bombing zone, and I can't have that. I gotta get out of this bombing zone. It's so no good. So I gotta find a way to get rid of this dude here. And that's actually pretty easy. Now, I might have to take some damage to do it. So here's what I'm thinking. My artillery guy, he's gonna get knocked in the water. But that won't kill me. It'll just make it so I can't shoot. I'll take 1 damage. I've got 2 hull, so I could take a hit. So what I'm thinking is I'll throw my missile at this guy, and that'll knock me back out of the zone and do a damage to him. But first, well, no. Yeah, I think I should still. Alright, I'm gonna punch first so that I'll knock him back here and he'll stop this guy from emerging. Webbed. I'm webbed, by the way. That's why I can't move, because he's webbed me. So, I'm gonna punch this guy. Right? No. Where'd I... Oh, I misclicked. Hello. There we go. Punch. I'm gonna punch this guy and knock him back and do 2 damage. Get out of here. I can't move, though. Once you attack, you can't move. However, my artillery piece, I'll move my own guy and not do any damage. So this way, I can move my guy out of threat. I can also move this guy back to here, where he can't attack the city. And also, something to know, you can't shoot through your own opponents unless you're an artillery, or your own units, unless you're an artillery piece and you can shoot over them. So here we go. Boom. So we moved myself out of the bombing zone, moved him there, where now this guy can do what I wanted to do last turn and knock him in the water. Get out of here. Dead. Alright. So this guy's still alive. He's got 1 hit point, but he's going to take a point of damage when his buddy comes up from underground. So he's dead. Now the only problem is that I'm going to take a point of damage from this guy, and he's going to knock me in the water. Drowning unit. This unit fell in and was killed instantly. We're robots. We can't drown. There comes the artillery. They destroyed that mountain. He attacked. He attacked. Oh, he didn't push me. He just did damage. But I'm damaged, And if I reach 0 health, my pilot dies. He's dead. Because the enemy tried to come up from underground and kill him. Alright, so now we're webbed. We got problems here. Alright, so I got issues. I need to get this guy out of danger. He's gonna kill my man here. But I gotta go through the fire to do it. It's no good. Because here's the thing, if you knock somebody into someone, they take damage as well. There's so many rules to remember here. So I could come down here easy enough and not get in the fire. But if I hit him, he would bounce up against my guy and do 1 damage, you see. So that's no good. So I gotta come here and knock him downwards. And to do that, I gotta go through the fire. Now I also have the problem of this guy's attacking the power grid. This guy's attacking the power grid. So it becomes a little bit of a chess match in terms of who do you attack, with who, and when. So I think this is my only option to save my bomber guy. Oh, I went through the fire and didn't take any damage. That's new. Okay, so that's helpful. So get out of here. And now he's free to move. So that's good. But I don't know that that helps me much. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some... I'm not going to take any damage. I thought I was about to take some damage, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to bring the tank over here. And I'm going to shoot this guy downward. You might think that's not going to do a lot of help, but it might. So there we go. He takes 1 damage. He moves down, but he's still going to shoot. So he's going to shoot me. And basically, I'm going to take the damage instead of letting him hit the power grid. But we still got this guy over here. And he's about to shoot this power grid. I can't kill him with my artillery piece. But if I send my artillery piece here, I can knock him away so he's not going to attack the power grid. And I can knock him into the fire so he'll take extra damage. But he'll do damage to this guy instead, our big tough mech. Which is not ideal. But it's kind of what I got to do. Or I could do this. Knock him here and have him block. I think that's actually more value. Yeah. So he's going to take a point of damage and block an enemy from popping up. And then this tank is going to take 1 damage from the shot, but he's going to protect the power grid, and that's more important. So we took a damage, he attacked there, and then he's going to take some damage from blocking the enemy. We got 2 more enemies pop up. This guy, I hate this guy. He gives everybody 1 more health. And we've webbed. Alright, we got a lot of issues here. Okay, so this is the Vec Scion. This enemy provides a passive bonus to all Vec. Killing it removes the bonus. select the Zion and mouse over it. So what this guy does, he's a flying creature, and all Vec receive +1 HP as long as he is living. So you kind of got to kill him first, because now he's got 3 hit points. He's got 3 hit points. He's only got 2 left, and he's got 4 hit points, but he's only got 2 left, and this guy's got 3. So we got issues. Now we only got 1 turn left, and that's fine. So basically, we need to get out of here with our lives intact. Don't particularly know that we're gonna do that, but come down here, and we gotta punch this guy. Get him out of here. He's dead. Well done. Now I could get a kill on this guy, but that would leave the power grid open. I think the power grid's gonna take a shot no matter what we do, because he's got 3 hit points. Yeah, I can't move here, because what I was thinking of, I could move here, launch a bomb there, that would move him up a square. Then I could bring the tank over and shoot him one more time, move him up 1 more square, and then he wouldn't attack any power grids. But moving here puts me in the air raid position, and I would die to an air raid. That's no good. Can't have that. So I can come down here and get a kill on the passive Scion here by knocking him into the fire. So he's on fire, so next turn he's going to take a point of damage and he's going to be dead. And I don't think there's much I can do. What's this guy doing? I could go here, and I could launch a bomb here that would put him into range, and now this guy is going to attack him, and I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, this is our last turn, so it doesn't really matter that much. As long as we survive, we're okay. So they've lost their hit point bonus. He got blowed up. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that maneuver. This guy was shooting. I thought it was the other guy that was shooting. So disabled mech. Your mech was disabled. The pilot was killed. It will not be able to act for the rest of the mission. And we lost some casualties. Building damage. The building was damaged, so your city power grid was reduced. Your primary goal is to prevent this, you big dummy. So there they go. We protected the city for the most part. We won the mission. So we protected the power generator and take less than 3 grid damage. We only took 1 grid damage, but even taking 1 damage is not ideal. So anyway, the region is secured. We can open our technology vaults. Let's see what other old Earth tech we can use against the Vec. So we protected 899 out of 1,000 civilians, but we had a pilot killed in action in our very first mission. That is no good. Sofia Carrera died after taking severe damage in battle. So we're going to have to get a new pilot. I don't think we have a new pilot. Mechs can pilot themselves, but it's better to have a specialized pilot. So, the mech will be healed for our next mission, repaired, but it's going to be on autopilot, and we don't have, we don't have any new pilots, so we're going to have to, win more missions, and eventually we'll come across a new pilot. But for now, This has already been a pretty long Let's Look At. So we did our first mission, and as you can see, the game has a lot of challenges. It has a lot of things you have to try to understand and learn about it. But if you like old school turn-based tactical kind of game, this is it for you. Now it's not a very long game. You can finish, at least what I've seen, you can finish like all of these islands in a couple of hours. And then start again and come back and try to do better and try to unlock more things. And it has that sort of roguelike sensibilities to it. So I'm going to play a few of these videos and play them throughout the week and show all the different missions and show all the different islands and try to get some quality time out of this game. So that's it for now. It's a good, fun game. It is Into the Breach by Subset Games. Give it a shot. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.